couple years ago, I was stuck in a cycle of burnout. Everything felt like a struggle. And then something finally clicked. And that's when my life turned around. Today, we're going to talk about how to start thriving and not just surviving. As the owner of multiple businesses, mom of four, and wife, I understand how it feels like to be stretched thin. Through the help of the Holy Spirit, I have learned how to turn that overwhelm into success. So if you're watching this video, you may be wondering how to put the right systems in place so that you can stop striving and start thriving in your life, in your business, in your ministry. And in this video, I will be revealing the exact systems I use and how they've helped me. Or maybe you might be questioning, is it even possible to run a successful business without having to sacrifice family time, you time, and other things that are important to you? I'm going to be sharing tips on exactly how I've been able to do that. I will also share the biggest roadblocks that may be stopping you from thriving and how you can overcome them. So let's hop right into it. My first tip is to create systems. There are different types of systems that you can create to really take the weight off of you and take the load off of you. Number one, communication systems. Number two, maintenance systems. And number three, routines. Communication systems are so important because one of the places where we often drop the ball in our business, in our ministry, in our life is straight back to communication. Maybe you missed a meeting because that communication wasn't there with the person you had to meet with. Maybe you're not on the same page with your employees. Maybe you're not on the same page with people in your family or your team. So having communication systems in place can make sure that everyone is on the same page and that everyone feels heard and everyone feels seen and understood. I have implemented communication systems in my business, such as automations for calendar events, meetings. Whenever someone opts in and purchases a product, they automatically receive an email. And when you do not have systems in place to foster communication, that can really be a place where your business is breaking down. There's so many communication systems that you can set up. A lot of them are automated. I'm sure maybe you've looked on social media and you've seen an influencer say, hey, comment this word in the description and you'll receive a DM. Even if you're not in business, something as simple as having a group chat. A lot of times when you feel overwhelmed, there is a system that is missing. There is a lack of structure in the foundations of your business and you feel overwhelmed. You feel like, oh, I forgot to attend this meeting or I didn't follow up with this person. Sometimes you may be wondering why people didn't choose to move forward in working with you, but you don't have a system set up to follow up with that person, to check in on that person. Implementing communication systems in place is so important. The next is a maintenance system. Everything in life that you want to grow, everything in life that has growth potential requires maintenance. So what are you doing to maintain your business? What are you doing to maintain your relationship with your clients? What are you doing to update and check on the tools and resources that you're using? What are you doing to maintain your finances, your budgeting? Maintenance systems are so important to set up for your business. They remove the guesswork out of what you're doing. You know, it's already automated. It's already set up in place. So you're not having to do everything manually. Okay, so you want to make your life easier. We want to work smarter, not harder. The last thing is setting up routines. Setting up things, for example, we have these plan and pray sessions, and I set it up a routine. We meet every single month, every last Monday of the month, and that is a routine that I already set up. So I don't have to come every month and be like, what day are we going to do the plan and pray session? And then try to figure out what works. No, I've already set a routine. Every last Monday of the month, every month, we're having a plan and pray session. And that takes the guesswork out of it. That takes the overwhelm out of it because it's something that I do every month. It already has become a part of my routine. And even having something as simple as a morning routine or a nighttime routine, something that you do that makes you feel confident, prepared, and organized for whatever it is that you have to accomplish. If you are a content creator, what is your content creation routine? How do you plan out your videos? How do you pray over your content? What are the steps that you take? It doesn't have to be what someone else said to do. What is your routine? You can create and make this routine with the Lord. So that is my first point, to create a business that is thriving and not just surviving. You want to have the right systems and routines in place. I teach this in my coaching program, the Source System, where I teach Christian entrepreneurs how to scale on autopilot right now. You may be wondering, how can you prioritize the things that matter to you, your family time, your hobbies, so you don't feel like you're spending all your time just working on your business? To prioritize family time, you want to make sure that you're creating evergreen products for your business. Evergreen products are products that last forever. They're not limited to a specific season, a specific time. For example, my YouTube videos are evergreen. I still have people today that are watching videos that I posted many years ago. Some of the courses and programs that I've created are evergreen. They're relevant no matter when people learn about them. I've created courses years ago that people can still take now because it's still relevant. It's an evergreen product. A lot of times we create products or different things that are just related to that specific time, but really focus, how can I create something evergreen that even without me being involved, without me having to be present, it's continuing to grow. People are continuing to join and be a part of it. When I first do a course or launch a course, it's live. I talk to people, I meet with people, we have live streams. That's not evergreen. That is live and in the moment. But then after I do something live, I package it as an evergreen product so that even if I'm not present, years to come, that legacy is there and people are still able to benefit from it. So this leads into the next thing I want to talk about, is creating passive income streams. Having evergreen products is one way to create a passive income stream, but there are so many other forms of passive income that you can be taking advantage of as an entrepreneur. There's affiliate marketing. There are royalty structures for maybe a book that you wrote or something like that. There is financial investments that you can make. So you want to pray to the Lord and ask him, what passive income streams can I build in my life so that I can spend more time with my family, spend more time doing the things I love, and make money in my sleep and not have to worry about working 24/7. You want to make sure that you take advantage of Sabbath rest so you feel rejuvenated, so you feel energized and excited, and you don't feel drained, you don't feel overwhelmed, and just make your family a priority. Make the things that matter to you, the things that you value, make them important, make them non-negotiable, make them a priority, because you make time for what matters to you. The last thing I want to talk about are roadblocks that can be stopping you from really thriving in life. One of these roadblocks are people pleasing. People pleasing. I'm going to tell you right now, you will never be able to please everybody because everyone is different. Everyone has their different likes and dislikes and backgrounds and ways that they were raised. The sooner you can accept the fact that you are not everyone's cup of tea, the sooner you can be free. Not everyone will be your client. Not everyone is for you, and that's okay. Really focus on who you're called to reach and just focus on serving those people. You cannot serve everybody, but God has a purpose in your business and he has a specific group of people that he has called you to. Another roadblock that I often see entrepreneurs make is they say yes to everything. They say yes to every opportunity. This is a big mistake, okay? You want to be very selective and very prayerful. Not every opportunity, as you probably may heard, is a God opportunity. So you want to make sure that you're being careful about the opportunities that you're taking, because some opportunities can actually be distractions if they are unrelated to your purpose. Make sure that you're not distracted. Make sure that the opportunities that you take truly align with your vision for your business and your purpose for your business so that you're walking in step and in alignment to where God has called you. In the planner I've created about my father's business, a strategic planner for Christian women in business and ministry, I have created these ministry vision pages, these business plan pages, because setting your vision is pertinent to the success of your business or your ministry. And when you have a business, it'll give you the roadmap of how you can make decisions, whether or not you say yes, whether or not you say no, will all tie back to what is your vision, what is your mission, and does this opportunity presented before you really align with what that is? The next thing is overcommitting. One of the things that we fail to do in entrepreneurship is counting the cost. The Bible talks about this. It talks about how we should count the cost before we build anything, before you say yes to this and say yes to that, or run after even a vision that God has given you. You have to take time to count the cost. I'm talking naturally, like actually count the cost, but I'm talking also in terms of the energy it will take, the time it will take, the effort it will take. In every facet or way that this applies, have you counted the cost? Financially, how much money would you have to raise or believe for? How much time will you have to spend? How much time will you have to build before you launch? It's very essential to count the cost before you put something out there and you're committing to something and you make this big announcement and then it flops because now you're overwhelmed and you're not able to keep up because you did not count the cost and you overcommitted. So sometimes we do this overcommitment because we're so eager, we're so ambitious and excited. And I've experienced this as well. You do not want to overcommit, and that's where timing comes in. There is a time for everything under the sun. So really be in tune and in step with the Holy Spirit to see when it's the time to move forward with different ideas and launch different things in your business. Another roadblock that I find that a lot of people struggle with is comparison. You're looking at how this person did it and how that person did it. And the thing about comparison is when you're comparing yourself to another business, another person or entrepreneur, you've already set a limit on yourself because you can only be as good as them, right? But you can't be as great as God has called you to be because you have set them as the standard. Do not put any standards on yourself. It's good to look at people as like inspiration, but don't make people a standard and you compare yourself to that standard. And now, instead of striving to reach the higher plans and the higher ways and the higher vision that God has for you, now you're trying to just reach the standard of what this person is executing, and you don't even know the higher ways and plans that God has for them. So you'll never even reach their potential and you'll never even reach God's potential for you because you're comparing yourself to this person rather than looking to God to really show you what the vision is, to really lead you on what to do. So it's okay to be inspired, but make sure that you're not comparing yourself to people in the sense where you're making them the standard, that you lower your standards because God's standards for you and what He has for you is so much higher and greater. So definitely stay in your lane. Just because something looks like it works for someone else does not mean that it'll work for you. And even if it does work for you, that does not mean that's what you're supposed to be doing. It could just be a distraction to throw you off track. And the last roadblock that I see with a lot of entrepreneurs is that they get burnt out and they end up pouring out of an empty cup. So then they end up putting things out there that are not excellent, right? You're putting things out there, putting out products, hosting events, doing things that are subpar, not excellent. And it's robbing God of the glory because they're operating from an empty cup. Take advantage of Sabbath rest. Take advantage of the fact that you have an advantage in the marketplace because you have a relationship with the Holy Spirit. You have an advantage over so many other businesses and entrepreneurs because you are walking with the God of the universe. So align yourself with the Lord. Allow Him to carry those heavy burdens. Allow Him to refresh you, renew you, give you fresh new ideas, do a new thing in you. Allow Him to pour into you. Allow Him to inspire you. Don't be in a rush to keep up with everybody. Don't be in a rush to keep up with the Joneses, but make sure that your cup is always full and you're always seeking God first because everything else will follow. All right, so I hope that you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, leave it a thumbs up. If it's your first time on my channel, do not forget to subscribe. I love you guys so much. If you want more videos like this on Christian entrepreneurship, kingdom business, let me know in the comment section. I'll see you in my next YouTube video. Until next time. Bye.